What's up, everybody? Welcome to One Set.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
Welcome back to a brand new episode of the One Set Podcast, where we talk WWE. We talk about the following storylines of WWE, and we predict the future from those storylines. You guys can hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube at the handle of One Set Pod, and you can also watch the re-uploads on YouTube as well and Spotify. So make sure you guys subscribe, and Jim, let everybody know where they can check us out outside of our episodes.
That is the Facebook group One Set Fam. Again, that is on Facebook. The number One Set Fam. Come hang out with us, chat all WWE talk and predicting these developing storylines and the future. We are predicting the future booking of wrestling within WWE 99%.
WWE.
WWE. So with that, Anth, I do want to give you a shout out real quick. I came out to see you play in Drexel Hill at the Street Light Kitchen this past weekend.
Yes, you did.
And I thought that you were awesome. Like, I was just watching you in your element and like watching you have like this app where you're getting song requests coming in. I thought you navigated that really, really well. If you are watching or listening, be sure to check out Anthony. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to give you a good plug here as a good bro. And I'm like, I literally just had something stuck here. Wow. What a botch. What a way to bomb. And you were more than stellar, bro. Like, I'm
Appreciate
really
it.
proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was a good night. I got to try out another or new song request app that I'll put on my music pages. I'm kind of tag teaming with the app to be one of their beta testers to see how this thing's going, and it's a great way to just interact with the audience and have them make song requests that all the songs that I know, and they can tip me through that and just leave individual tips. So it was pretty fun to just interact in that way. So I'll definitely be doing that with a couple of my other gigs this month. So yeah, thank you for coming out. I'm glad you enjoyed the night.
You're playing tonight and Sunday. We are July 13th recording at the moment, but you are playing because this episode, once it is posted,
once it gets re-uploaded, it'll be on a Friday. Yeah, so I will be playing tonight in Wilmington, Delaware, and then Sunday I'll be back in the hometown of Media. So you guys can all check me out on my music pages. Anthony Urban Music. So
I got stuck because I almost said Spoken Life, and I know that like you're like kind of doing that.
I
really
do that every once in a while too, man. Not to go
That's
into
why
great
I got
detail,
stuck because my brain glitched, and I was like,
it's all good. Yeah, it's still been very, weird to just say Anthony Urban Music instead of Spoken Life Music because I've been doing that for so long. But I think I eventually had to, separate from the original name. And just have to do since I'm doing a lot of live looping and stuff, I had to kind of differentiate my original stuff from my cover stuff so that I can at least have some type of give between, because it was starting to be like, okay, when you're performing, are you Spoken Life or are you Anthony, and like are you playing original music or is it just covers? You're just doing cover music, you're not playing original music. So it just got to the point where I'm like, I need to just go away from this. It doesn't necessarily mean that I stop doing it, but it's like just being on a back burner because I have a different vision as of right now, so I can always come back to it later. So
speaking of vision, should we get into some WWE talk?
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
We are days away and like I said, with a re-upload, it will be, a day away. But right now we're days away from the weekend's Saturday night main event, and we are going to get into our match predictions for that. But we want to just quickly go and, recap some highlights from Raw tonight. I thought tonight was, a decent go home for the, Saturday night main event. I mean, there's usually not too much hype around the Saturday night main event pay-per-views. They kind of just have, 3 or 4 matches that just get you hyped into, and they're kind of almost matches that are going to lead into the next bigger pay-per-view anyway. But, still selling SummerSlam storylines, but kind of just giving us small little teasers of, certain things, I thought tonight was decent, and, I'm not going to say it was, like, wonderful, out of this world. I mean, it got us, and it did what it needed to do to get us to this weekend.
Yeah, I didn't feel like Raw tonight was a bad show. I just felt like it was, it did what it needed to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
I also felt the crowd, they were in Dallas and we are from Philly, so like there's obvious but no disrespect if you live in the Dallas area and are listening to this, like it's from the sports aspect, but also I felt like the crowd, I felt like some of the the cheering was just out of sync. So like it wasn't super line. I felt like the opener, like for Brock and Heyman and but once Oba came out and like the he was in the ring and they were trying to get the Oba chants going, but it was like very like it was picking up over here, but then it was picking up over here, and it was just like they weren't aligning. And I was
it
just
wasn't
like,
all in unison like it usually is.
Yeah. And I mean, Dallas isn't like the first place that it hasn't been like super synced up, but I was like, okay, so is the crowd gonna be like that throughout the rest of the night? And then it kind of was like if
I mean, it wasn't like a hot crowd, but they had their times. I think in the gauntlet match, I think they had a lot of their more heavy hitting moments. But yeah, I think throughout the night it was kind of just an up and down ride with the crowd. So
yeah, it wasn't a super dead crowd. So I'm not saying like, oh, Dallas was terrible. I'm just but that's also par for the course where we're saying like the episode wasn't super great. It wasn't really bad either. So I feel like the crowd. I'm only speaking on the crowd reaction because it is part of the show. Like it definitely helped. It can make or break a show, right?
Definitely, 100%.
So Heyman basically says he's got a restraining order on Brock, and he's got a restraining order on Oba. Then he says he has a restraining order on Brock, and Brock's standing there looking confused.
And you can see Heyman kind of like inching away from him, like, don't hurt me. I just
yeah, but at the same time, I'm like, is that because Heyman is actually going to turn on Brock in the match, and then is it like, oh, now Brock can't touch Heyman kind of thing?
Yeah. Because if you're thinking Heyman's always moving to the next best thing, because you can tell even from Raw tonight, he kind of just almost put his nail in the coffin of the Vision, saying like, Maxine is doing her thing. What do you all need me for? So it's either that was his way of saying I'm done, or they're just going to give him one more shot of like, okay, what do we need to prove to you? But I think in Heyman's way, that was him saying I'm done. You guys have her, let her be the mouthpiece for you now.
Yeah, or I mean, I know Logan Paul has been doing kind of the talking because he's injured, but also like Logan Paul can be their mouthpiece. Like
absolutely,
like Braun can be the powerhouse, right? And him and Austin Theory can be the tags, like the tag team.
Yep.
And you can also rotate Logan Paul in and have either Logan and Theory defend or Logan and Braun defend, so that they can do like they did with the New Day, like they do with their three-man stables, where like they can rotate in and out as
it doesn't
tag
matter
teams.
who's in the tag team match. I mean, when they win the tag, it's all of the vision is pretty much within that scenario. So if one goes down, one can, fill in the spot.
Yeah. Um, I thought that the like intro with Brock and Oba, and sure, there wasn't any physicality, so it's like, okay, they had the cop, they brought out the police, the cops, the security,
Right.
and I was like, all right, Oba's just gonna trounce them probably. Sure enough, but after he does what he does with the police, Oba gets on the mic. This, like, I feel like Oba really shines. Like, he can get into like these physical altercations and then get on the mic and still deliver. Not a lot of people can do that, right?
Right.
Like, he has such poise and control of himself, even when he is speaking with aggression, that it's like,
I was gonna say
This-
he's good with his words. Like
Yeah,
he
it's-
doesn't trip up on his words a lot. He kind of is a good, like, he knows what he's gonna say before he says it, and not to always bring up our boy LA Knight.
LA
but
Knight.
we got it's like the total opposite of LA Knight, that Oba's so good with being able to know what he's gonna say before he says it, where LA Knight is already trying to say it before he says it. So it's like almost the total opposite. But again, we got another LA Knight segment tonight. But
And I thought LA did good on the mic. Like, I thought he was fine.
yeah.
It wasn't like whoa, this is great, because I was like,
hmm
when I say LA did good tonight, I mean he didn't botch miserably. Okay.
No, I mean, like I said, he just came out, and long story short, making the
Six-man tag for
the
SummerSlam.
6-man tag match, a thing. So kind of building up everything, and now we're getting that official thing with LA Knight and Solo teaming up, and then Royce Key's going to be on that side, and then we have Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Jacob Fatu. So at least that'll be another SummerSlam match for us. So fine.
Yeah, it is. It is a. One might say like, oh, I can't believe the Usos and LA Knight are in like, they were in the 6-man tag at WrestleMania. Now they're in the 6-man tag at SummerSlam. Like, hey guys, they're at least on the card, right? Like, they are at
Right.
least on the Mania card. They are at least on the SummerSlam card. Whereas, like, before WrestleMania, before that match was a thing, it's like, is LA Knight even going to get on the Mania card? He did. And then he is now, like, I thought we might get LA Knight at Saturday night's main event. He made it on the summer. So, like, I'm going to take those as victories for LA Knight. The fact that they are putting him on the big shows at all, like, at least.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
He's
they're
making
giving
it
him
there.
the opportunities. It's a matter of he's capitalizing on those opportunities at this point. It's like, okay. I mean, you want these moments. We're giving them to you, but don't mess up.
And it's sad, because, like, us watching, we are like, it's going to be a long road to him winning that title. I think he's going to get one at some point, and yeah, it might be a cash in. But every step along the way, we're going to be like holding our breath, like, come on, get through this one. Get through this one.
You can do it. You can do it.
You got it, buddy. You got it, buddy.
This.
I don't want us to feel that way for him, but, like, that's just where we're at.
Yeah, yeah. It's sad, but I feel he's eventually going to get this. It's just a matter of when. And like you said, whether it's a cash in or he actually gets that moment without the Money in the Bank, and he actually gets that belt opportunity naturally. But I think if they're predicting him to be the Money in the Bank winner this year, then he'll probably cash it sometime, hopefully by this time next year, if anything, like WrestleMania, after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I just feel like they moved Money in the Bank to the fall, and it gives them a year from the fall, like all the way through next summer to pull the trigger. So it's like they could put
Yep.
Money in the Bank on LA in October, and he could be carrying that thing for months. Basically, Triple H saying, "You need to be consistent for an entire year for us to give you this belt."
Right. They really testing
Then
the ropes here.
and he's literally going to get the remote from Adam Sandler from Click and literally pause on Triple
Yeah.
H and just start slapping.
But wait, I missed my whole life. But you got the belt though. Yeah, but I'm 60 years old now.
Yes. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I thought that the Brock and Oba opener was fine, but it wasn't anything like great compared to some of their other interactions, and it's just and it basically set the pace for the show for us to be like, okay, this show's just here to be here.
Yep.
The go home shows for the Saturday Night Main Event, like there's no like major storylines going into Saturday Night Main Event. I feel like Saturday Night Main Event, like you said, is like the segue into the next PLE.
Uh-huh.
So they're going to be in Madison Square Garden. So I'm not looking at this match card thinking like, oh, these are going to be some great matches. I'm looking at this match card like, okay, they're going to pull some angles that make the remainder of the build to SummerSlam like
Yep.
must watch TV, right?
Yep.
Like,
Especially that, tag team match with Cody, CM Punk, and Gunther and Sammy. They're gonna, be pulling something within that, like you said, just get them through these next 2 weeks after that to get to SummerSlam. Whether, because right now we're getting just Cody and CM Punk.
right.
Depending
And
on that
we got
match,
we got to give a shout out to our guy Steve on the One Set Fam, who insists to us that fatal 4-way is happening at SummerSlam. And I'm
he's
like,
saying that it's coming. I mean, hey, I am not out the window on it. We never know. But, we had thought about that too, that it could be a fatal 4-way coming. Because I was saying I feel Sammy's gonna want some type of revenge, and obviously knowing that they're looking at Cody and CM Punk for SummerSlam, he's gonna be like, well, that was supposed to be my match, so he's gonna be looking for some type of retaliation, whether it be him interrupting that match, and then how we were saying last week that okay, maybe then he gets a match after SummerSlam, for that. But and we get a triple threat. But
so what I could see, like, okay, just a thought, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have Nick Aldis come in and just like take Gunther out of the match, and like they don't even have to be wrestling, but like Gunther can be distracted, right?
Yeah.
And then you can have Cody and CM Punk like getting into it, like arguing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to think of how. Oh, you have Cody go for the Cody Cutter on Sammy, and he gets Punk instead,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you have Sami Zayn basically toss Cody out of the ring, like get him out of the ring. Sammy hits the Helluva Kick on Punk, pins CM Punk,
Pins him.
and that's how they get Sami Zayn in and make that a triple threat. And that would be Sammy's like rematch, and he earned it because he pinned the champion.
Yep.
And I'm on the fence about Gunther versus Nick Aldis at SummerSlam, because it's SummerSlam. I'm like, they might just save that for whatever the PLE is after SummerSlam. I mean, I definitely, like, if I'm just laying on the prediction now, I think that Sammy and Gunther somehow win that tag match, because Cody and CM Punk winning that match doesn't do anything, right? So, yeah, we didn't really like talk SmackDown. I thought that the CM Punk opening segment on SmackDown was really good. It did what it needed to do. Punk
Mhm.
basically said, "I've been gone since WrestleMania because um the network that SmackDown is on has been trying to get me, like there've been negotiations to try to get me to SmackDown for all of these months is why I've
Mm.
been gone." And I'm like, okay, that's
Sure.
that's that's a nice way to put the spin on. um yeah, they want to pay you less, and so you said, if you're paying me
Yeah.
less, I'm taking time off, like, and that's
Right.
totally what that's got to be what happened. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I'm totally
I
for how
will
you put that. I'm
I
pretty sure that
I
had something
will
to do with it.
I will die on that hill. Like, that is,
Yeah.
that's got to be how that went, right?
That's the
Um,
nice version that he gave, but like really saying like, yeah, they were gonna pay me less, so I'm like, I'm gonna work less. So.
I'm gonna work less, and you're gonna give me the title, and then I will agree to your terms.
Hmm.
Other than that, on SmackDown, Gunther told Aldis, "You've got until the end of the night to make this right. I need to be in the ring with a champion." Uh, and then Aldis came out or Gunther came to the ring at the end of SmackDown, called Aldis out. Aldis said, "I'm going to give you what you want," and he's like, "I'm going to give you Cody Rhodes. I'm going to give you CM Punk, and you're going to face him in a tag match, and your partner is going to be Sami Zayn." And then Gunther just chokes out Aldis like 3 times because there's like 7 or 8 guys in the ring. There's more than enough people in the ring to the fact that there's this one guy standing in the back, just like going like this. Hey, stop,
Stop it.
stop,
Stop
stop.
it.
And I'm like, get this guy out of
Yeah.
here.
Like,
So,
don't pay that guy.
um, so they are furthering that storyline. We're definitely getting the match. I just, if they do the Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam, fine, and then you get Gunther versus Aldis after that at some point, to which, Gunther's not winning the WWE title and then facing Nick Aldis. Like,
Right.
um, but I think it goes back to what we were saying. Like, you're at SummerSlam, the one-on-one feud is the bigger sell. You can't have Roman and Seth on the one show, and then you have a Fatal 4-Way. Just like they couldn't do Roman and CM Punk in the one show and then have this multi-man WWE title match at Mania. Like, it
Yeah.
just didn't make any sense. I still very much think that they are, except for the fact that after Nick Aldis said, he made the announcement for the tag match at Saturday Night Main Event, and it said, "So your main event at SummerSlam will still be Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk." So the fact that he reiterated that made me feel like, okay, there is a chance that they might tweak it along the way, which is why I'm like, I could totally see them doing the Nick Aldis and Gunther thing, and then if Sami Zayn pins the champion CM Punk, they will insert him into it to make it the triple threat. I mean, I don't know what else you do with Sami Zayn. You're
Yeah.
gonna leave him off SummerSlam? He was just a WWE champion. Like, at,
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't see it.
I can definitely see like how Sammy can pin CM Punk and he can take that to Aldis saying like, hey, I pinned him. I think I deserve a shot. And then, maybe on SmackDown one of these nights he gets a shot, like he gets a match and okay, you gotta win this match or you gotta beat Gunther to get into the into the Cody and CM Punk match. He maybe puts him against Gunther on a SmackDown or something.
Yeah, or it's, hey, you didn't actually face Cody Rhodes, and then we actually get Sammy versus Cody, and the winner faces
Yeah.
CM Punk, and then either LOL Cody wins, or um there is no winner, so it just becomes a triple threat match. Like, that's,
Yeah. Yeah. Somehow, some way, I think Cody or Sammy is getting in that match or, being involved in that match, whether he's in it or not. I don't see Sammy not going to SummerSlam and doing nothing.
yeah.
So it's a matter of what they're gonna do with him. But I like the fact that we could get you know Sami Zayn either pinning Punk or Cody in some type of way, and then that he uses that to his advantage to try to get some, like his way into the match. And
Yep.
Aldis will be like, all right, well, you never face Cody, like you said, maybe we'll give you Cody, or he just tries to be like, well, Gunther wants a thing too, so why don't you two just fight about it in the ring, and whoever wins, you guys get into the match, and it becomes a triple threat or something. So
I like it. I feel, because I feel like the CM Punk Cody Rhodes match 1-on-1, they could draw this out to WrestleMania. And we could
Mhm.
get that 1-on-1 match all the way at WrestleMania 43. I know it's like, what are you going to do with them in all of these months to get us there? They're going to do what they always have done. They're going to finesse multi-man matches.
Yep.
Punk's going to have side quests over here with Finn Balor, with like, I think Punk's keeping that belt until WrestleMania 43.
I think so too. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, because we've had Cody for a little while, so let's CM Punk have a good, run with it.
And
again,
we actually like Cody going on the chase, maybe having side quests and having other matches.
I personally think Cody's better at chasing than he is. He's obviously, this is the second time he's held it, and it's been boring. So I think he's just better on the chase. Yeah. So I think he's just better on the chase. He's a lot better and more entertaining than actually trying to holding the belt and then trying to keep it relevant. Because, he finished his story with Roman. He got the belt, and,
he kept it until the next WrestleMania, which he lost it
to Cena, right?
to Cena. Yeah.
And then won it
And
back
then
at
at
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. And then he kept it all the way until well, no, because he lost it to Drew, and then it went back to Cody,
Mhm.
and then he lost it to Drew again, and then it went back to Cody, and then Cody just lost it to Sammy, and then
Yep.
and then Punk just. So, as far as I'm concerned, Cody is due for a long stretch without the title. Just keep it off him. I don't even care if he gets into title matches. Just don't let him win, so
Right.
that by the time we get to WrestleMania and we're like, okay, maybe we're done with Punk being the champion, or maybe we're like, dude, Punk, like, we can't believe that Punk at his age is has made this title feel relevant. Let's see him Punk actually beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 43. Like, we have to just see how the cookie crumbles on the way there, right?
Right.
Um,
Yeah. We'll get there eventually.
Okay. Feel like that's a good stretch of conversation on like the WWE title picture, if we're cool with that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I think that Sammy and Gunther have to win the Saturday Night Main Event tag match.
It's in their
order
best
for-
interest to win this, to keep some type of interest in that little storyline of something. If you're gonna keep Sami Zayn in that, they have to win.
Yep.
So yeah, give me Sami Zayn and Gunther, winning that one.
Okay. From SmackDown, we did also get like the Jade Cargill, like, fracturing Alexa Bliss's elbow, so to speak.
Mhm.
We know she has hyperextended elbow, so she's able to do this thing where she's
Yeah.
pushing up like this, and it looks like really contorted. The chair spot, I liked it in theory, but the way that they switched the cameras when Jade went to throw the arm back with the chair wrapped around it,
Yeah.
they could have shot it better. And like, I don't think that's. I'm saying that because I don't think it's on Alexa or Jade, like, for how they sold it. I think the production just could have been better.
Missed the
on that
opportunity
end.
to probably get a better shot for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give Alexa, her props for having that ability and then just using it to her advantage in those type of situations, that she can always just pull that out of her arsenal to be like, all right, well, I had this like double jointed elbow, so if you ever, kill my arm, I can act like it's freaking broken. So, it's good
Yep.
that, she at least gets to utilize that every, once in a blue moon. So,
Yeah. The only other real like major takeaway that I have from SmackDown is Lil Yachty giving Trick Williams the Legacy United States Championship.
yeah,
I'm all for it.
fur belt.
Y-
The Furby
yeah,
belt.
the little Furby belt. I, I, I will say, like, anyone who gets a legacy title to me, it usually just speaks confidence that person's going to hold on to that belt for a little bit, right?
Right.
I think when Daniel Bryan had the environmentally friendly WWE title,
Yeah.
that was a January to April, like that was a 3-month stretch, so it wasn't that long that he had that one. I would be surprised if Trick Williams lost the United States title within the next 3 months. Like I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I really don't want to see him lose it to Baron Corbin. So I'll just tell you that.
I will say this, okay? As much as we have talked about how, like, the way I feel about Baron Corbin is very much in line with how Anthony feels about Damian Priest.
Mhm.
Certainly on the bottom of the totem pole. It for Damian Priest, like he's not going to be gone for an extended period of time and come back and make you feel any better.
No.
You said that with
No.
100% confidence.
110,000%. Like, no. He can go
No.
away, come back in a year. I'll still feel the same way. Like,
I will say Corbin not wearing like the dress pants and button up, it is an improvement. Like I think he
Yeah.
just like, because when he was the lone wolf and he had the long hair with the cut off,
yeah, that was
I
probably
was like,
best attire
that-
for Corbin.
yeah, that look made sense
And-
for
yeah,
like
and the
his
look, too.
wrestling style. Yeah. Understand the receding hairline and him, shaving it off. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
I will say like his finisher, the End of Days, is one of my favorite finishers. And when I say one of my favorite, I mean based off of how much I can't stand
Yeah.
him and the character. I have seen him do stellar work in the ring, and his finisher is that good
Mm-hmm.
that like just watching him even lift up Trick Williams and just stare out into the camera and then drop him back. I was like, God, I hate that was good.
Yeah. I
God.
thought of you once he hit that. I'm like, Jim is just like, oh, I hate this guy, but I'm like, oh, he has such a good finisher though.
Yeah. Just like I've never seen anyone like do that movement, like do that before. So
Yeah.
when I first saw him in NXT and he did that, and I was like, okay, that's sick. But I liked him on NXT, and then he came to the main roster, and it was really when he was like got rid of the hair, was doing the button up thing, was doing like more of like that corporate gimmick.
Yeah.
It was the him and Lacey Evans versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch tag match. I hated him, but they also did him versus Roman. They did the dog food thing on Roman that I was like, all right, this stinks.
That was just corny as hell.
Yeah, I was like, this is just
that
bad.
was a bad time of WWE stuff.
Yeah, but that was like the late 2010s, and
Yeah.
like 2019 WWE was just bad. Like outside of that was when we went to WrestleMania 35. That was, I mean, you're talking they had, and like this might come off the wrong way, but you had Becky and Charlotte and Ronda Rousey main event the WrestleMania because of how the rest of the card, how everybody else was booked.
Yep.
And that is a testament to how bad the Vince was booking WWE in 2019. So like that's nothing against the talent. The talent was there. It was just like
Right.
the story, the week to week TV was abysmal, and that's
Definitely.
putting it lightly. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I'm eager to see if the Baron Corbin booking makes me able to watch him on my screen any better than when the last time I saw him on my screen, where it was very much go away heat. That like by the time that they released him,
Yeah.
I was throwing a party. I was like,
Yeah.
see ya,
Goodbye.
toodles, na
Right.
na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye, get out of here.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm feeling the
So
same way with Damian Priest just going down the AAA. I'm like, good, keep him there. But like you said, the only thing I feel bad for is R-Truth, because then we just get
yeah,
to see less of R-Truth. But you know, give him another tag team partner, and then just just say, Priest, just stay down there. I'll replace you.
yeah.
Nobody's gonna
Seriously,
care anyway.
just put Truth with Danhausen and call it. I mean,
Yeah,
seriously.
I would totally be
Obviously,
fine with that.
obviously and I know this is kind of circling back, but we talked about the Trick Legacy title and the Corbin return, the Alexa elbow spot that we're obviously getting Jade versus Charlotte at SummerSlam. Which is great. Like they have been building this, so
Yep,
cool. Get us there.
do it.
Rhea Ripley apparently has a torn meniscus. You and I were texting about this morning. It's like, okay, she just got to drop
Just
that
vacate
title.
the title. She'll get it back, but I think it's at this point, if they know that she has something torn and she's not looking to be back in the ring in the next month or two, she needs to vacate that title. Give it to somebody else at Summer. They vacate it and maybe do a big match at SummerSlam to get the women on. So if you're not going to have multiple women matches, give them one big match. Have a stipulation on it. Either some type of like TLC match or some type of Extreme Rules match or something. Let them fight for the title. Whoever wins, gets the belt, and let them ride. And whenever Rhea's able to come back, she's going to get a title shot anyway. So let somebody else have their fun for a little bit while she's recovering, and then just give us Rhea Ripley back around Royal Rumble time.
Yeah, I mean, really, they could set up Jade versus Charlotte at SummerSlam as a singles match. Have Rhea come out at SummerSlam and be like, "I am vacating this title right here and right now," and just let them make the announcement. Okay, Jade versus Charlotte is now for the SmackDown Women's Championship, like right then and there.
Right.
Cool. They're not going to do that because they're going to want to make that match feel more important with the title on the line.
Yep.
Going into SummerSlam, so that spot can be done at the go home SmackDown, or they could be doing it this week. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll definitely have to see about that.
On the Raw Women's title side, we had Io Sky facing Roxanne Perez tonight. I mean, match was fine. We had tomfoolery with Raquel and Liv on the outside.
Yep.
Which was, again, fine because you had Sol Ruca get the upper hand on Raquel last week with the help of Io. So it was the heels' turn to get the upper hand this week. Yep. Yeah, I just still think that Io's definitely winning that title at SummerSlam. I would be shocked if Liv held onto it because this title reign has been a stinker for her.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just think they wanted so much to pay off the Stephanie and Liv thing, but kind of like Rhea, they probably thought that she was going to come back, but either she's still injured and is working off the injury, or something else is keeping her from returning. But yeah, at this point, give me Io Sky to win that, and then we eventually get if we want down the line, we get Io versus Rhea Ripley down the line, so we pay that off.
Um,
Maybe WrestleMania 43.
could be. Vision cut their promo with Maxine. Maxine is officially in the Vision at this point, which like we kind of
The
figured,
Vision
right?
Queen, as they
The
say.
Vision Queen. Woo. We we had
Boo.
Otis and Tozawa come out, and Tozawa literally said, "Maxine,
Cracking tears.
Lionel, what are you doing?
What are you doing?"
So, it was really good. Otis was apparently getting ready to confess his undying love for Maxine, and I thought the segment played out really well, except for the very end, where they were just kind of standing around,
Yeah.
like they were just standing there, like whatever the delay was, and then they made their way up the ramp. They go to commercial. They come back from commercial, and suddenly they have, oh my God, who's in the ring? I think it's Royce Keys and Jimmy Uso are just like,
Yeah. I
they're
guess
having a match, and it's like, and then they had to say, oh, during the commercial break they set up for the match, and I'm like, okay, this is because the last segment went too long. It drug out too long, and then they were like, okay, cut, we need to go to commercial.
Right.
And then they were like, we're just going to sell the lead up to this match as during the commercial. I was like, something's not right here.
Which is annoying when they do that, like especially when they have the commercials or ads in between the match, and then they got to be like, well, during the commercial break, all this stuff happened. Like, great, we would have wanted to see all that, you know?
Just do the picture in picture. I don't get it. Like
why they haven't done that in the first place? You would have so many more less complaining people in that type of way. I mean, get your ads in, but do it like the picture in picture so that you still see the ads and the match at the same time. How hard is that? You know?
Well, you know what it is the advertisers,
yeah,
who are paying WWE, they will pay more if their stuff is on the full screen versus they're not going to pay as much if it's only like being advertised on part of the screen, right? Like that's
yeah. I'm sure there's
that's what that is.
Yep.
Everything's really cool with money, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. We just got to talk about this gauntlet match, which I thought was laid out really good up front. I thought it was going to be Dominic Mysterio versus Chad Gable at the end.
I was very surprised.
I thought
Dom got out that quickly.
I thought El Grande Americano was going to come out.
Thought that too.
And help Chad win.
I was like, well, that would be a nice payoff if Americano came out and helped them. That would have been nice.
They were in Texas. Like, how close are they to where El Grande is stationed on the regular? Like, it would have been easy, right?
I would have loved to see that. You know, maybe we get that with the Penta and Chad match, but you know, I don't know. But just
I feel like Triple Mania. Well, Triple Mania is a whole month after SummerSlam. Like, I don't know if they would jeopardize. I know it's not official yet, but we're almost definitely getting El Grande Americano versus Dominic Mysterio at the Triple Mania pay-per-view in September. So it's like they're probably, to protect him, to ensure like they're reducing the risk of injury, they're probably like, yeah, we're not going to put you on like main WWE TV just yet. I mean, the guy's a megastar on AAA. So it's almost like if you want to see him, you have to tune into AAA, which is a draw in itself, right?
Yep. Yep. They're doing it perfectly. I mean,
yeah,
he'll eventually make the switch, but yeah, I mean, eat up all that time down there as much as you can, for sure.
Yep. I just want to give a shout out to Dragon Lee versus Javon Evans in the gauntlet match. I thought they were stellar together. Yeah,
heavy hitters, man. That was a good, segment in the gauntlet between Javon Evans and Dragon Lee. They put on a show, and I'll second what Cole said. Like, they need to run that back eventually another time. I agree. That was good.
Yes, please. I will say, when it came down to Chad and Ethan Page in the end, I was like, okay, I could see Ethan Page versus Penta at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense because Chad versus Penta, it's like, okay, it's face versus face.
Yeah.
You're in Chad's hometown. Penta's not going to get, I mean, he should get a good reaction still. But he will get the absolute babyface reaction if he was going up against Ethan Page, right? Like,
Absolutely.
I feel definitely very conflicted for Penta versus Chad Gable because, like, I want Chad to get that title win. I don't want Penta to lose.
I don't
So
want him
I'm
to
just,
lose either, but I'm taking as give it to Chad. Penta's still decent. Where if he loses, I don't think it's gonna hurt him. He can always
Yeah.
win it back eventually. But yeah, give it to Chad. I think they are just giving him what he wants after that mass versus mass match. That
like
I
like
think
he's earned it.
proven.
Like,
He's earned it to the
yeah.
point where okay, you delivered on that. This is our chance to shine you on the main card. So this is you getting the IC belt. So yeah, I'll
And
say Chad gets that.
and he can take that and defend it in AAA too, because the AAA crowd
He could, yeah.
absolutely loves Chad at this point, just for what he did for AAA overall. Just side note, speaking of AAA, did you hear that Hijo del Vikingo is going to be out of action for like the rest of the year?
I didn't hear about that. No.
Yeah, he's going to be out of I don't know if it's the rest of the year or he's going to be out of action at least 12 months. He's going to be out for a while. I'm bummed. I love Vikingo. I think he's excellent.
Yeah, the matches that I've seen, it's great.
Yeah, he's crazy. Let's talk about this Roman and Seth closing segment. I will say I caught like from when Seth was stepping out of the ring and going up the ramp to the end of it. Like, I missed whatever they said in the beginning, like where they're sitting at the table and just running. Like, I missed that kind of stuff, but I caught the important stuff, which was at the end. So
yeah, I mean, it was good. They had a good like back and forth, and it was like your typical things of like, oh, was I paving everything for you and paving this for you? And, Roman went and started saying like, oh, well, what if you do beat me? Are you just going to get injured again? Because it seems like every time you get it, you get injured and blah, blah, blah. So he put a lot of those things in there, and that ticked Seth off.
And let's just call a spade a spade. You needed a cash in to win the title, and you had to fake an injury.
Too. Yeah,
he did, and I was like, "Oh, this is getting good."
Yeah,
they're doing. I was like, "Thank God," because like if you're doing Roman versus Seth, you better go all in on it, right? Like, so
yeah.
I was very happy with how they closed out Raw, to say the least. Like, I thought they did really well. It's really tough because you can tell that. And again, I know I mentioned the Dallas crowd earlier, but like you can tell the crowd is conflicted on how they feel about, like, everybody loves the both of them. So it's like,
yeah, you're getting a pretty mixed reaction that like people are liking Roman, but then people are liking Seth. Then you still have half that crowd that don't like Roman and don't like Seth. So it's like, it's kind of like you're in between for both of them at certain points.
Yeah. You catch a small wave of the whoa, and then you catch a small wave of OTC, but it's like,
yep,
you're not getting full crowd participation for either side, kind of thing. So it'll be interesting to see how the crowd is in Minneapolis, like which way that they're leaning.
For sure.
I will say I'm glad that nobody went through the table, because like every time you see that table set up, it's like
usually somebody's going through it.
Right. So I was glad that they just moved off the side and it didn't happen. I like how Roman pulled up Seth. You didn't notice that Seth had the microphone and then jabbed him in the head with it. I was like, yeah, that was well done.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the closing segment did what it needed to do. I don't think Roman and Seth need any more help with trying to hype up the match, because just those two alone is going to sell the match.
yep. Let's talk about Saturday Night Main Event real quick.
Yeah, yeah. I think we kind of put in for two of the matches, but we'll go through the full card, and this will be us locking in all our stuff.
Yeah, we talked about the CM Punk and Cody Rhodes versus Sami Zayn and Gunther tag match. We both
Yep.
agree Gunther and Sami have to win that one way
They
or another.
definitely have to win that one for sure.
Yep. Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. We didn't talk about that segment on Raw. Just it was good that we were able to see the new Lyra character
Yeah.
in the ring and having the interaction.
Which makes you think they're trying to have you forget that Bayley was this character, about 3-4 months ago. But then yeah, now Lyra's the crazy one. So
I
it's
thought the same exact thing, and it's like, I get it from the perspective. That's not even right. I was going to say it doesn't do much for Bayley. Yeah, it would have totally reset Bayley, just like Naomi's heel turn reset her career. Like Bayley needed that, and they were like, "Yeah, no, we're just gonna give it to Lyra instead." I don't know. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I actually. I feel so bad saying this, but I need to see Lyra's character, this rendition of Lyra, not with Bayley.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. I need to see how it translates with a different feud for me to really get behind it. It makes sense for the first one, but
yeah, I mean, they've been going at it with each other, for at least the last year or so. So think it's good to say that this should be their breaking point and blowing off whatever thing. So I mean, for me,
it's just stale at this point.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I mean, especially seeing Lyra come out, and I'm like, you had this kind of picture with Bayley, but then we're not supposed to know that that Lyra's the crazy one and Bayley is the fine one. Even though you painted a picture in the beginning of it saying that, oh, well, Bayley was this, psychotic, two-faced person.
Mm-hmm.
But, somewhere along the line, they're like, well, this isn't working, so we're just going to let this go. And, hey, maybe in a couple months, we'll just do the same thing, but then on Lyra. And we're just going to make sure that people just don't remember it.
I will say Lyra just saying outright, Bayley, you are the weakest of the four horsewomen. I was like, okay.
Yeah, me too. I was like, ooh.
Ooh, all the shots being fired.
That struck a nerve.
Yeah. I mean, Lyra has to get this win. Because for Lyra to do this this heel turn and then Bayley just win, what does that do for Lyra, right? We have to make this Lyra character feel. But it could also be oh, Lyra's so caught up in her emotional mix-up that Bayley just squeaks out the win. But then if they do that, then it's okay, they're going to carry on this feud until this Lyra character gets over, and then they can push it off the side.
Yep.
Paige and Brie Bella defending the women's tag titles against Fatal Influence. Any thoughts on that?
Who cares? Just give me Nikki Bella coming back so we can get this thing going. I don't know what they're waiting for. Obviously, she's probably not ready yet, but yeah,
or she's totally ready, and that's one of the angles that they're pulling on the show. And
I thought the same, that maybe this is the one that gets Nikki back, or they're just waiting for it at SummerSlam. If they have a match at SummerSlam. But if they don't, then yeah, this would probably be the perfect time if Nikki is ready, and then they can pull the whole okay. I mean, I'm back. Thanks for taking my spot, but I can get back to being with my sister again.
Yeah.
And then then we get Nikki Bella versus Paige eventually.
Right. It is worth noting that it is Paige and Bree defending against Laney Reed and Fallon Henley. So JC Jane not in the match. So it opens up for a returning Nikki Bella, and we could get a 6-woman tag match at SummerSlam with Nikki Bella tagging with Brie, tagging with Paige against all three of Fatal Influence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, up front, you're saying who cares? I'm saying up front, I think that Fatal Influence might take the tag titles off of them here, and then you have Nikki Bella return, like maybe not at Saturday Night Main Event, but on like the following SmackDown. It sets up that 6-woman tag match. They put the titles on the line. Fatal Influence retains, and then Nikki and Brie just beat down Paige at SummerSlam. Like I could see them doing that.
Yeah, for sure. That seems like at least something that seems feasibly reasonable to get Nikki back in the picture.
We have Danhausen versus JD McDonough. They've got Dominic Mysterio in JD's corner. I think it's pretty obvious that they're going to wind up having Jalen Brunson from the New York Knicks in Danhausen's corner to some extent. I know that they promoted Roman Reigns, invited Jalen Brunson to the Saturday Night's Main Event. Of course they did. They're having Saturday Night Main Event in the Garden where the Knicks play. Yeah, so sure.
Because they're all about celebrities. So
I think we both have Danhausen winning this match, right?
Yep. Easy enough.
Cool. Well, that's Saturday Night Main Event. With the 4 matches that we have announced as of now, there's almost certainly going to be a 5th one thrown in there somewhere, probably on SmackDown. I'm not really sure what else they could throw in, unless if it's like maybe they do Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green against Blake Monroe. But Blake Monroe doesn't have any allies, so I don't.
Nah, she's still kind of working her way in.
And why would they do? Maybe they'll just do Blake Monroe versus Chelsea Green at Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah.
You could have
that can segue into something for sure.
You could have Tiffany Stratton get involved in the match to try to help Chelsea Green. She goes to hit Blake Monroe. She accidentally hits Chelsea. Boom, triple threat match at SummerSlam.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. I know, we've been talking about this Tiffany Stratton versus Blake Monroe match for a while. So I'm just not very invested in that feud, because I need to see more of Blake Monroe in the ring. I need to see her actually wrestle, because I just haven't seen her in ring ability to really get behind her. I get what they're doing with the character, but I need to see her in the ring more. That's just kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to predict something when you have a wrestler is not performing, and she's just kind of just in these segments, but she's not fighting. So it's kind of hard to give your predictions on somebody who hasn't even really been in a match yet.
Yeah.
Regardless of her NXT time.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just like, to be fair, like I haven't seen her in NXT. I didn't see her in AEW, so like I just can't speak to her in ring ability really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, Anth, is there anything else before we sign off for this one?
I think we are good. I mean, like I said, we got our Saturday night main event predictions in. We talked about, some of the bigger, eye catching parts of Raw and SmackDown. So if you guys have anything that we missed, feel free to leave it in the comments or leave us a message in an email. Let us know what you think of the show, and if you're digging it, give us a like, follow, or subscribe wherever you are. Either that might be on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified when we're doing these lives on Monday after Raw, or when we re-upload our episodes later in the week on Fridays. So, Jim, for the last time, let everybody know where they can hang out with us outside of our episodes.
That's the Facebook group One Set Fam. Again, that is the number One Set Fam on Facebook. Come hang out with us. Come drop us your predictions for SummerSlam. Anth, I love you, brother.
Love you too,
To
dude.
everybody out there tuning in, all the love to you. This has been One Set.
See y'all next week.